The messages that we at Love for Lawrence want other families or people who are dealing with suicide to hear is that you're not alone. There's no shame involved in having someone die by suicide. Mental health is just like cancer or any other disease, that there are resources to help you after the fact, and then things you can help educate the public about to help sort of prevent, hopefully, future suicides.
We really realized that stigma was something that prevented my brother from getting the help that he needed. And after that realization and learning all about the opportunities that are here in the Tampa Bay area and the programs that are working on mental health and suicide prevention, how we could rally together using this community of support in order to address stigma directly. Love for Lawrence supports local organizations throughout the Tampa Bay area through an annual grant program where we offer grants of support to mental health providers and organizations who are focused on stigma reduction, preventing suicide, and programs that really reach people where they're at. And so by even small amounts of money that can be granted to help these programs get off the ground or expand their reach or implement and innovate to try something new, that's really been the focus of Love for Lawrence, to just add more support into the Tampa Bay area here locally across all the fantastic organizations that are already doing good work, but are limited in their resources and then how many people they can reach.
So Vincent House first got connected with Love for Lawrence through our previous director. We reached out to them because we share the same mission of erasing that stigma that often is associated with mental illness and suicide prevention. So we reached out to them for a grant to cover the cost of all of our staff receiving mental health first aid training. And through that, I laid down the foundation of a great relationship and a great partnership through two organizations that share the same compassion and love and advocacy for mental health.
So we learned about Love for Lawrence Foundation through our university and through our department, had some initial conversations with Margaret and learned that we might be a good fit with some of the work that we're doing with high-risk youth who are either underserved or, most importantly for us, youth that have been in contact with or at risk for contact with juvenile justice services, youth that have higher rates of suicide and increasing rates of suicide, but also have a number of unmet mental health needs. Getting the tools out to communities and out to the people they're intended to help requires help from Love for Lawrence Foundation and other community-focused groups who can fill that gap between more traditional research or bench science and implementation of these tools in the communities. It's the direct pipeline for taking these solutions to the people who need them most.
Believe it or not, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the Love of Lawrence. Those are the pioneers that we stand on, the shoulders that help us get to where we need to be. And more importantly for me, is they believed in us. The Suicide Prevention Training Institute, they believed us when others did not. We started off teaching, in fact, doing 2 trainings per year. And with the help of the Love for Lawrence, we were able to get 2 additional trainers. And more importantly, to date, we are doing 12 trainings in less than 1 year. That is incredible. And I'm truly humble. When I tell you that, I'm humble to be here and filled with gratitude.
Yeah, the easiest way to describe it is we send 1 text per day at a random time to your phone, but you never know when we will text you or what the text will say. And the message is just a few sentences long, and it contains health education content. So like today, you might get a psychology fact, I'll get a journaling prompt, she'll get an exercise. And over time, these little randomly timed 10-second interruptions are literally proven to train the brain to combat stress, anxiety, depression. I was speaking at an event called This Is My Brave in Orlando, and someone at the event who was associated with Love for Lawrence was like, the idea is so cool. And he wrote me a check for $1,000 to help like seed the idea. And I cannot express to you how much money $1,000 was to me at this point. So this was money that I legitimately didn't have at the time. So it was so cool to have somebody believe in the idea enough to say, here's some money to help you get off the ground. And now it's like literally more than 8 years later, we've sent like millions and millions of interventions to people all over the world. And I always think like how important that first $1,000 was, but more than that, it was having somebody believe in what I was building was extraordinarily edifying.
But that real idea that you're not alone, this is way more frequent than we would ever want it to be, and that there are many resources here in Tampa Bay to help you deal with the aftermath if you need them.